What's up everybody, it's me your boy Trapjack, and I am back with another fucking banger video. I really hope you enjoyed yesterday's video. It's a fucking vlog, and I've never really done a video like that before where I cooked, got high, and fucking made some shit. Really hope you guys enjoyed that shit. Let me know down in the comments below if you want to see another video like that. They're really easy to make, and they're also fucking fun. I just am on a sabbatical right now. I can't really smoke Zaw, kind of similar to last year. I'm pretty sure I said the same shit about last year around this time to where I couldn't smoke Zaw, but I never really ended up following through with that one. But I do have to follow through with this one if I want to get a driver's license. So I will be abstaining from that, and I will be letting you guys know how that shit goes. Hopefully I can move out soon, but I don't really even know what the future holds in store for me. But yeah, like the video right now, fucking subscribe if you're not already fucking subscribed. I make pretty banger content, and I really don't want to quit. Like, I was actually on the edge of, quitting not too long ago because my shit just wasn't getting views, and I really just was contemplating, like, damn, is it really worth it to put all my fucking time and effort into this shit, and nobody wants to watch it? But then I just got encouragement from my homeboy Crollo, and he was talking to me like, bro, you'll always have one viewer, and that one viewer's me, bro. Like, people want to hear your stories. Trust me, bro. Just keep your nose to the fucking grindstone. And that's really just my advice to you guys. Just do whatever it takes. Like, that's one of my family's mottos. Just fucking do whatever it takes to be successful, guys. And yeah, I hope you guys really enjoy this fucking story. It's about my first true ego death on LSD. So it's going to be a fucking banger. Probably going to be on the longer side. I don't know if I'll have enough time to record this all in one day. But I'm pretty baked right now, so let's go ahead and get right into it. Roll the fucking intro.
She been hanging with the bang niggas, yeah. She been hanging with the same niggas. She been hanging with the bang niggas.
Hope you guys enjoyed that intro song by Crollo. He's typically in most of my intros, and he makes fire-ass music. Guy IRL. So yeah, without any further ado, let's just go ahead and get right into this crazy-ass story. So this story takes place back in April. It happened right after my parents had found a 10-sack of acid in my room, which will probably be a future video in case you guys want to hear that shit, because it's a pretty crazy story, because I literally, the next day, I went and copped the 10-sack of acid that I'm talking about in this video. So my parents also found my trap phone, which is also important to know. So I had to text my homeboy through my Xbox. So I'm on my Xbox late at night. Like, I fucking snuck out there after my parents were like brushing their teeth. I was like, yo, bro, are you ready to pull up? Because we'd already been planning this shit. And he's like, yeah, I'm fucking down as shit. I'll be there soon. And apparently, bro, fucking his ass had to do an errand. And I didn't read the message that he sent me. He like sent me a message after I closed my Xbox. Like, I'm going to run an errand. I'll be on the way shortly. And so I'm fucking getting everything ready. I grab everything. I didn't have a cart at this point. All I had was my Nick. I don't remember what Nick it was. I think it was like a small geek bar, like one of the little ones. And so I fucking grab everything, got my wallet, just anything that I might need for the night. I put my usual fit that I would wear when I'm hanging out, which would be my like fucking gallery department sweatpants and a fucking whatever designer hoodie I wanted to wear that day. To go. So as time comes, I go out the window and I go and grab this 10-sack of acid, and I'm ripping my vape, and I go ahead and put one of the tabs on my tongue. And I had my iPod with me because I didn't have a phone, so I was just watching fucking TV on my iPod, sitting there waiting for this fucking acid tab to dissolve and shit, because I wanted this shit to hit me like pretty early, because I had to go back home and still fucking go to sleep in the same night, I still wanted to go to sleep at a reasonable time. And they're waiting for this tab to dissolve. It fucking takes a while. Like, I watched almost fucking half an episode. It was like 30 fucking minutes. And about like 10:50, my homeboy fucking finally pulls up, and this tab's already dissolved. I'm waiting for it to hit me. Acid usually like takes a while I don't know why for me, but acid just takes a little bit to hit. Especially if you take another tab, then for some reason, like, I don't start tripping fully until the other tab kicks in. So it could be a while. But yeah, I hop in the whip, and my homeboy Colton, I'm going to call him that for the sake of the video, he's in the front seat. And he's chilling. He doesn't do anything. Like, he doesn't smoke or anything like that. And I'm just talking to his ass, and I'm like, we fucking peel out my driveway. Like, we back up. We're all quiet and shit. Put the car in ghost mode. And we back up, get out of there. And my neighbor was just fucking looking at me the whole fucking time. The neighbor by the road was just staring at me. He was on his porch looking at me and shit. Fucking, he does that shit a lot. What am I, fucking Elmer Fudd? Goddamn, a lot. Fucking my bad. Anyway, so we fucking peel out the driveway. We're just cruising down the street and shit, and we go and park up at the church that we would usually park at. I'm like, yo, bro, we need a yard, because, like, I fucking need some Zaza, and I'm willing to trade this Nick that I got. It was brand new. And, I mean, it was like maybe on, like, 92 juice. It was fucking fairly new. And we're texting everybody. I'm like, because like all my plugs that had yards, they wanted money. They weren't going to trade a Nick in like $5 for a yard. So I hit up my homeboy who was selling yards. He's not really a plug, but he likes to think of himself as. And I mean, that's my homeboy. I'm not dissing him and shit. But sitting in this parking lot, and we go, like, we didn't get a whole confirmation that we were going to pull up at his crib and buy a yard, but we go and park in a Chase parking lot. And we're sitting there by, like, the Kenny Rogers and everything, which is a little bit closer to his house. And he's like, yeah, y'all come on through. I'm waiting on my mom to go back inside and shit. And he's like, yeah, fucking $5 in that Nick. I'll be fine. Because he had run out of Nick. And I knew his ass was out of Nick, and he's a Nick fiend. So I knew his ass was probably going to go for that shit. So we're fucking whipping on over there. Colton's in the front seat. We're all talking. I'm bust out the tabs. And I'm like, yo, bro, like, look at all these motherfuckers. It's, like, crazy, bro. That, like, this crazy-ass trip we're going to have is going to come from these little pieces of fucking gel. And he's like, yeah, bro, that's fucking dope. I've never seen that shit before. Taking our sweet time to pull up on my homeboy Terry's house. That's what I'm going to call him for the sake of the video. And we're driving a pretty good ways. I'm ripping the Nick, blowing it out the fucking moonroof. We're blasting white girl music and a bunch of other shit, fucking singing along. And we finally, like, pull up close to his house. And this car had been following us behind us for a minute. And, like, my homeboy was getting paranoid. Like, what the fuck? Who is that? I'm like, bro, I got, like, 9 tabs of acid on me. I got a Nick. I got drug money. Some ski in my wallet, which I was not aware of. I completely forgot I had some. And that's not even going to come in later because we didn't end up doing any, but that would have been nice to know that I had. I was riding fucking mad dirty. If we would have got lit up, we would have been probably fucked. Because, I mean, I smelled like Zaw because I had smoked fucking earlier in the day with one of my homeboys. He pulled up to the crib and we sparked up a little blunt and took a walk. And fucking, we're just driving. It takes us like a fucking long ass time. I don't know how the fuck Terry went to our fucking school because his house was far as shit. And we fucking finally pull up there, and the car that was behind us was actually another motherfucker that was coming to cop a cart, which I thought was hilarious. It was actually my other homeboy from school. And I'm going to call him Kelsey because it's really close to his actual name. And hop out the whip, I dap his ass up, and I'm like, yo, are you waiting for Terry? He's like, fuck yeah, bro. And finally, like, Terry's like, yo, bro, I'm coming outside. Call my homeboy that was in the driver's seat Alex for the sake of the video. I don't even know if I already gave him a name. I'm too high to remember, but fuck it, we ball. So Alex is texting him like, yo, bro, we're just chilling out here with fucking Kelsey waiting for you to come out here. And he comes out, and I'm ripping my Nick a fuck ton before I give it to him. I'm ripping that bitch in pulse. We're passing it around the fucking car. We're hitting that bitch. Handed it to my homeboy Kelsey, who was fucking standing like 10 feet away, and we're puffing that bitch. And you can see a big-ass cloud rising above us, because even Terry commented on it when he was walking up. He's like, bro, did y'all just cheat the fuck out of that Nick, bro? I see a big-ass cloud. I'm like, hell nah, bro. Yeah, bro. What the fuck you talking about? And he's like, whatever, bro, just fucking, I dap his ass up, because I had lunch with his ass, and I literally sat at the lunch table with him. I hadn't seen him in so long, and so we were just catching up for a little bit, for like, probably like 2-3 minutes. He's like, yeah, bro, I gotta go back inside before my mom fucking realizes I'm not in my room. And I'm like, yeah, bro, I got you. So, fucking, I trade that Nick, gives him that fucking $5 bill with my Nick. And so, I mean, that was like not a bad trade, because I had gotten that Nick for $20 and $25. So it was like $25 for a full Ace Ultra. But I mean, still, I kind of wish I had kept that Nick, because I didn't even get to hold onto the cart, because fucking Alex held onto it this night. We start driving back, and I bust the tabs back out, and I'm like, yo, fucking Alex, you ready to take some? And he's like, fuck yeah, bro. I was like, yeah, just fucking, like, feel 2, put your finger on the third one, and put the 2 in your mouth and bite it off. Because he was like, yeah, bro, I'm finna take 2 tabs. And I'm like, all right, bro, I'm only taking 1. He's like, nah, bro, take 2, bro. Because he's never done this shit before. And fucking, he's a bigger, heavier set guy. He's not fat, but he's just, like, tall and, like, muscular and shit with a little bit of chub. And so, fucking, he takes 2 tabs. And I'm like, well, fuck it, I guess I'll take another one. So I get another one. I put it on my tongue. And Colton's like, yo, bro, y'all gonna be fucking good to drive? And I'm like, of course, bro. This shit ain't even gonna hit us until we're back at the crib anyway. And so we're just driving back to driving back to Alex's house, because Colton and Alex live really close to each other. They live in the same neighborhood. We pull into the neighborhood, and my homeboy would always do this shit. He would take his hands off the fucking wheel. Alex would be like, yo, bro, y'all gotta grab the motherfucking wheel, and he'd speed up and shit. And one time, bro, I just didn't grab the wheel, bro. I like the game Chicken. Bro, I would let us crash, bro, because it ain't my car. But all jokes aside, I would not let us crash. But fucking Colton grabs the fucking handle, does a turn. It was like real smooth and shit. And he was like, okay, good job. And I was like, yeah, bro, I don't really feel like dying right now, bro. You trying to make us have a bad trip? And he's like, nah, bro, I'm just fucking around. And so we get back to the crib and shit, and we hop out the whip. For some reason, Colton had a fucking speaker. Like, I'm guessing he stole that bitch from the school, which is, like, apparently what he told me. And keep in mind, like, this isn't his real name. But, yeah, apparently Miss Henson, the principal at Creekview, had fucking opened the door for his ass so he could literally come steal that motherfucker. He was like, yo, can I get my speaker real quick? Sure, her dumb ass opened the fucking door, and he got a fucking free, big-ass rolling JBL speaker, like a big-ass speaker. Them bitches is expensive as hell. And so we hop out the whip and shit. We're ripping the yard. And I didn't have Nick, bro. I was kind of sad because I kind of wanted to rip some Nick really bad. Because I like ripping Nick and looking at it I like hitting Nick when I'm on any kind of psychedelic because I like watching the smoke rise. And we hop out the whip and we start walking to Colton's house because he had to be home before 11:30. His curfew was like technically 12, but it was like 11:30 at this point. It was getting really close to his time to go. And so we start walking, like we turn on the street and shit, and we're walking past everybody's houses, and he's pointing out like, oh yeah, that's so-and-so's house, like putting it's people that we go to school with. I'm like, oh shit, cool, because this neighborhood is really, really close to the school. And we're fucking walking through there, we're ripping the yard and shit, we're blasting music on the speaker, and we're just walking. I mean, we're like a 20-minute walk. We're having like a nice-ass leisurely walk. We're walking slow as shit, because we didn't really want to drop his ass off. On this walk, we were just ripping the cart and shit, and it was a full moon. I distinctly remember that because I wanted to look at the moon when I was tripping. I'm gonna be like, oh, that's gonna be so cool looking at that shit. And I just remember we saw a little millipede. I can't remember if it was a millipede or a centipede, but we saw that motherfucker on the ground. It's like those big ass ones you find like in the pool and shit, and like curled up and dead. And he's just walking on the ground. Alex just start ripping the fucking cart and blowing that shit in the little motherfucker's face. And we were like, oh, we're getting this motherfucker faded as a hoe. And we're taking a video of that shit, just ripping the cart, blowing that in the little fucking centipede's face. And he fucking curls up into a little ball. And I'm like, bro, he's couch locked, bro. That nigga's fried. We thought that shit was hilarious. I don't even know why, but we're just still walking up to fucking Colton's house. And finally, after like 10, 15 minutes, we get up close. We can see his driveway and shit. And then we start walking at a goddamn snail's pace. And I'm pretty sure his fucking dad or some other shit was like outside, or just like the lights were on and they were waiting for his ass or some shit. And fucking he goes back inside. Like, I dap his ass. I'm like, yo, bro, it's good seeing you. I haven't seen you in a minute because I got expelled. Because this motherfucker was in my first period class. I had a bunch of classes with this motherfucker. And him were like, we were friends at that point and shit. He's a cool ass motherfucker. Shout out to Colton. He's probably watching this shit. But anyway, so we drop his ass off at the house, and I'm like, yo, bro, like, you ready for the fucking trip, bro? This shit's gonna be awesome. And he's like, yeah, bro, I don't really know what to expect. So I'm like describing everything that's gonna happen to him. And he's like, yo, that's fucking sick. Like, he couldn't really believe it, bro. He didn't believe, like, all that shit was going to happen to him. And I was just saying, like, acid's a fucking awesome drug, bro. Like, you'll have, like, some profound experiences. And we're walking back to his crib. Like, Colton took that whole speaker with him home, so we weren't playing any more music. Alex opens fucking Spotify and starts playing music and shit. And music's going to play a big role in the story later, you'll see. And we're walking back, and we find that little fucking centipede on the ground. And fucking, we're just looking at his little ass, and we keep blowing cart rips in his face and shit. And he was walking at that point, but he was like walking in a diagonal line, and we could not stop laughing at that shit. Like, we were both fried out of our minds at this point. Like, I was high as shit, and he was pretty high, because we hadn't hung out in a bit. Like, we hadn't hung out in like a couple days and smoked. So, like, our tolerance had reset like a little bit. And I was fried. Like, we thought this was the most fucking funny thing in the world. Just leave the fucking centipede alone. We blow a couple more cart rips in his face, and then Alex locks the cart away, because the little Ace Ultras come in that little briefcase. Like, each generation comes in something different. Like, I got one of the World Cup Ace Ultra Premium. I got the box still sitting in my room. I'm holding it actually right now in my hand. It's like a little soccer ball, and it's magnetic and shit. Like, I can see it from where I'm at. It's actually cool. I just display like my fucking jewelry in it and shit. It's a fucking cool little thing. And it's just a nice little gimmick. And fucking, we put the acid tabs in the little thing with it too. That way we could keep that shit together and we wouldn't lose it, because we ain't gonna lose that little briefcase. And we're taking our sweet time walking back to this motherfucker's house. And I mean, like I said, it was like we walked slow. Like, we were trying to walk faster and faster because we wanted to get back to the crib before this shit kicked in. And just make sure like his parents weren't there or anything, and like nothing could go wrong. And we fucking get out there pretty quickly, and we're like looking at all the fucking damage, because this is like right before junior-senior war, and there's like people driving through each other's yards and shit, just all this crazy shit, motherfuckers causing mayhem. And fucking get back to his crib, nobody's awake, so we go inside and we sit down, and we're getting some shit to eat, because acid don't really make you hungry, but our shit hadn't even kicked in yet. And so it's like barely 12 o'clock at this point, and I'm thinking like, damn, bro, my tabs should be hitting me like any minute. And we're starting to eat. Like, we're fucking munching down on shit. Like, I got the munchies, and we were munching. This nigga's always got fucking mad food at his crib. Originally from a different country. I'm not going to go really into detail what country it is, because it'd be pretty easy to guess who it is based off of what country I say, because most of the motherfuckers that go to my school and watch my videos exactly who I'm talking about as soon as I say what country he's from, but he already graduated. Nevertheless, yeah, so we're basically just fucking chilling in the kitchen, eating a smorgasbord of fucking food, and we get done, like, there was turkey, there was just so much fucking food, bro. There was, like, mashed potatoes, peas, other food from different cultures, and fucking, oh my god, it was so good. I miss eating that type of food. Like, I just got out of rehab, I was eating steaks and deer meat and, like, good shit every night, but, like, eating food from different cultures because I can't really throw down like good authentic Mexican food or good authentic Korean food or good authentic food from like the Netherlands and shit. Fucking I can cook German food, but I mean like that's pretty much as far as it goes. Sitting on the fucking couch after eating, we're watching fucking Slogo Man, Jelly, Quabblecock, and like all those other motherfuckers that are doing those like GTA car races where they're going through all these obstacles and shit. And it was like a 14-15 minute video, but it felt like 30 minutes. And fucking, the acid for me started hitting during the fucking video because I started seeing color enhancement. I started feeling the acid in my fucking legs and my feet and a little bit of my testes. Like, my testes were fucking tingling and, like, all that shit. Like, they normally fucking do that. I know that sounds weird, but fucking, yeah, for me, that's how I know shit, like, psychedelics are hitting me. And I don't stand up immediately, but fucking I can tell that these shits are kicking in. Like, I'm looking around the room and shit, I'm looking at the TV, and it's bright color central. Like, it's fucking vivid as shit. Like, the reds are like they're like a cherry red. They were a dark red in the video, but now they're a fucking cherry. Everything's a popping color, and I look over at Alex, and I can tell, like, this shit's not hitting his ass yet. Like, he's just watching the video, like, locked the fuck in. I look at his pupils are pretty fucking big, but then again, we're in a dark-ass room, so it makes sense. So I ask him for the art, and he's like, we're not ripping that bitch in here. I was like, alright, bet. And I walk over to his fucking fridge, and I stand up, and I'm like, oh god, because, like, as soon as I stand the fuck up, like, the video was like, there was still like a couple more minutes left in the video, but I fucking stand up. I'm thinking to myself, like, damn, I gotta go to the bathroom, but I'm too fucked up to find this shit in the dark, and I'm not gonna risk turning all the lights on and letting anybody in the house know that we're down there, because if anybody came down there and the acid was fucking setting in and we were tripping balls, that would not be a good fucking scenario. So I stand up, cannot find the bathroom for shit, so I just end up and go take a fucking, like, I take like 5 or 6 whippets out of the fucking whipped cream can, and that bitch is empty, so I huck it in the fucking garbage can. I'm like, yo, bro, I'll fucking get you a new can. He's like, bro, don't worry about it, we have like 5 of them. I'm like, alright, bet. So we go sit back down, fucking watch most of the video, and at some point, fucking, it was like towards the end of the video, we were about to put on another one, and Alex stands up, and he starts leaning over his counter, like I was like, bro, is it kicking in? He's like, bro, I don't know, I think so. I was like, do your legs feel all weird and shit? He's like, yeah. He's like leaning over his counter and shit, just sitting there, just looking at me, like, with a weird grin on his face, and I'm like, yeah, bro, that shit's kicking in. He's like, you ready to go? I'm like, yeah, almost. Let's get a fucking snack for the road. So we end up getting fucking tortilla chips and salsa out of his fucking pantry, and I get a Buff protein bar. I go ahead and mac the fucking Buff protein bar right there because I didn't think I was going to want any fucking chips. And we're like, okay, bet. So you are ready to go? And he's like, fuck yeah. So we grab the cart, we grab everything. And I was really wishing I had Nick, bro. I was fiending for some Nick. Like, I'm kind of fiending right now, so I'm going to hit my fucking Geek Bar real quick. God, I love the new Geek Bar Pulse 2s. Them bitches are fire. Shout out Geek Bar. But anyway, yeah, we fucking go outside, we go get in the car, and as soon as I sit down in that fucking passenger seat and I'm looking out the window, I'm like, oh, fuck. I'm like, this is about to be awesome. Looking out the window of his mom's car, because we were sitting in his mom's nice-ass car with a nice-ass stereo system, which will come into play later. But I'm looking at the fucking window, and I'm seeing, like, octagonal shapes on the window and shit spinning and, like, light refracting off of it. And I'm looking at the tree, like, the clearing with trees right in front of us and shit, and they look all cool. And I'm like, oh, fuck, this bitch is kicking in. And I hop out real quick out of the car, and I'm looking down at the fucking ground, and I'm like, oh, shit, I'm seeing a little bit of a pattern. This bitch is kicking in. And he's like, for real? I'm like, yeah, it'll probably hit you shortly. So we start driving around. Like, we drive out of the neighborhood and shit. We're real quiet. Like, we start playing fucking music. Like, we were trying to find some, like, good tripping music. And he had burned some music onto some CDs, and we were playing that, but it wasn't really, like, hitting. It wasn't, like, I don't know, we just weren't in the mood to listen to, like, the kind of music he burned onto the CD. So he fucking, like, we get out of his neighborhood, and we start driving down to where the Kenny Rogers is, because we were going to go trip in the Kenny Rogers parking lot and go, like, walk around and shit. And there were way too many fucking people in the Kenny Rogers parking lot. Like, we pull up to the parking lot, we're blasting some fucking music, and there's too many people here. So we drive, like, down a fucking road, and we take this weird road, and we're driving. And it's like basically essentially a loop. Like we're gonna loop around to like exactly where we were, and we're blasting fucking music, and we're like trying to find the right vibe. So Alex goes on DJ X on Spotify, and he's like, "Yo, play psychedelic music, like play trippy music." And DJ X is like, "All right, I'll spin you some of that psychedelic goodness." I remember that's exactly what his ass said, and I started fucking dying laughing, and I could feel the little lump in my throat, and I like looked at my pupils in the mirror and shit. I'm like, "Oh yeah, I'm tripping." Driving down the fucking road, and it starts playing Tame Impala. And I like to think that we found Tame Impala, but in all reality, that night Tame Impala found us, bro. We were tripping balls. And we start listening to Brand New Person, Same Old Mistakes, which is a fire-ass song, bro, especially when you're tripping, bro. And I could, like, feel the music, like, pulling me up and then, like, lifting me. Like, it was lifting me out of my seat and then lifting me back down. Like, the fucking synthesizer going up and then going down, bro, was fucking, like, lifting me for some reason, bro. It was, like, the craziest attachment I've ever felt to music. And I'm like, oh, my God, I'm tripping. And he was just laughing at me because I'm, like, moving with the music. Like, the fucking synthesizer would pitch up. I'd move up, and then it would, like, bring me back down, bro. It was like the weirdest shit ever, but I was like connected to the music. So we're just driving and vibing, and we listened to Tame Impala. We listened to the same song. We keep playing it over and over again. Like we listened to like Borderline, Let It Happen, and I was like, bro, play that one song. And he's like, all right. And we keep thinking, like, we're like, wow, every single time, because like the Tame Impala songs feel so much longer than they are, and they always start out and then they go on, like, they take you on a fucking journey through the song. That's what it felt like to us. Like, it felt like the song was taking us on a journey, and then it would loop back to the fucking same beat it was at the beginning, showing that he is the fucking same old person. Even though, like, the beat was changing throughout the song, but it would always find a way to revert back to, like, the original little part in the song, which I love that. That's such a good-ass song, bro, especially when you're tripping. I felt such a strong connection to the music. So we finished this lap, and I have no idea of my bearings or my surroundings, and we pull into a fucking church parking lot. Like, we pull up to this random church parking lot, we get out the car, and fucking my homeboy's like, yo, I gotta pee, and he goes and stands on the side of the church and pees on the side of the fucking building, and as soon as, like, he starts peeing, bro, and stands up, gets out of the car, he said it fucking hit him just like that. Like, it fucking snapped, and he started tripping balls. Like, he wasn't really tripping that much while we were driving, like, it was just setting in for him. And, like, as soon as he got done pissing, and fucking came back over to me, we go and look at these weeds and, like, these fucking, like, grass. Like, there's, like, this grass that was waving in the fucking moonlight. And, like, it was underneath this big-ass light and shit, and we, like, looking at it, waving in the wind. It just looked so peaceful and beautiful, and we were, like, walking over to it, and I just felt like it was pulling us near. And we left the car door open, and we were fucking just blasting music in this church parking lot. Like, we parked behind, like, you couldn't see where we were at from the road, but I was just, like, looking at this tree and shit, and in between the branches, I could see, like, fucking shapes of, like, hexagons and shit. They look like the same color of bubbles from, like, in the SpongeBob episode where there's, like, the fucking bubbles. It's, like, the exact same color as those. And I could see it in between the tree branches. I could see it on the tree. It was, like, I could see that pattern of those, like, shapes everywhere. It was on everything. It was on my hands. It was on this tree. It was on the ground. And, like, meanwhile, we're still listening to fucking music playing outside the car. And it's, like, the same Tame Impala shit, bro. And we're, like, vibing. And then we, like, we start walking towards this tree and shit. And I could, like, see, the tree looks all pixelated. And then there's, like, the shapes in between the branches and shit. And we're, like, walking and we're, like, following the cracks. Like, he said the cracks, like, were pulling him. Like, the cracks in the sidewalk were pulling his ass towards the tree. And he was, like, hallucinating shit in the cracks. And I was looking down at the cracks. Like, there was light being shown on these cracks in the pavement. And it looked like we could see into the center of the earth. It was so weird. Like, I literally got down on all my hands and knees and shit. I was, like, laying down on the ground looking through the crack, trying to see if I could see into the fucking earth. And it was the craziest shit I've ever seen. Like, I don't know, it was just fucking weird. It literally felt like we were walking on, like, pieces of the tectonic plate that were about to shift. And we were just, like, walking over to this tree. We're walking back and forth, like, looking at the cracks and, like, looking on the ground. And we start venturing off into this dark area. And he's like, I don't want to go over there. It's dark. I'm like, yeah, fair enough. I kind of don't want to go over there either. And we start walking back. And he starts playing Coolio Gangster's Paradise. So we start, like, Aura Farm walking. Like, we're walking all slow and shit. And then we get back in the car and we're just chilling in there for a minute. I'm like, bro, like, this is awesome. Like, this is, like, exactly what I want. He's like, bro, this is what I wanted. Like, me and him did shrooms, and, like, I'm going to tell that story soon, but it was nothing like this. And he was like, this is what I was looking for when I wanted to try something that was going to make me see shit. Like, this is what I'm looking for. And, like, we were just having a grand old fucking time. Back in the fucking car, and he's like, you want to drive around a little bit more? And I'm like, fuck yeah, I do. So we take a left instead of taking a right to do a loop, so we do a backwards loop, and we're listening to more music. We played fucking Purple Rain by Prince, and we were driving through one of my favorite downtowns because it's all lit up, and it's just like a long straightaway with street lights on, like these little fucking beautiful bulb street lights, like with yellow light, and we're just driving through it slow, and it just felt like the road was pulling us, and the music we were listening to. We were in his mom's nice-ass car with her nice-ass stereo system. Like, we tripped on acid in his car weeks after this, and it just wasn't the same. Like, the music was not hitting because his mom's car had fucking surround sound. Like, it was all over our bodies and heads, bro. It was just fucking beautiful. And I missed that shit. I missed that feeling so much, bro. And we're just driving around through this downtown area, and we do another loop. Like, we come up and we fucking pass by the church one more time, and we're still just tripping balls. Like, we go look at the Kroger parking lot, and there's still like a pretty good amount of cars in the K. Rogers parking lot. I don't remember what night this was, but yeah, there's just like, for some reason there was people in the fucking parking lot. And we do another lap, and we're just fucking listening to music and shit, just vibing, and I'm like looking at the road, and I can only see the road like 4 feet ahead of us, like to where the lights were shining, but to me, it looked like the road was like unlocking new areas the faster and farther we traveled on it. Like, the road was dark, and I could see the lines on the road, but they were like shifting, like they were unfocused, but as soon as the light hit them, they were like guiding our path. It's just it's like such a weird thing. I felt like I was connected to the earth, and it felt like everything was fucking connected. I've never had a trip like that before. It felt like everything in the, like, when the world was happening for a reason, and everything was connected. And we're just still listening. Like, we were listening to Tame Impala again, and I could feel like we were listening to like Dracula. We like the song Dracula so much on acid because the song is such a simple concept, like run from the sun like Dracula. It repeats that so many times. I was like, oh, Dracula would run from the sun because he's Dracula. And that was just what our dumb fucking high asses were thinking. We were like laughing about that shit, and then we were like, oh, I hate the remix. So we were like listening to Tame Impala, like his whole discography, and we're discovering new music, and it's just fucking awesome. Like, we stopped playing the trippy playlist. We just literally start playing just straight Tame Impala. We're like, yo, DJ X, just play straight Tame Impala. So we listen to the same songs over and over again, and they get better each time we listen to them, and we keep going like, wow, because the song would fucking change so much. Or listen to like Let It Happen and Borderline and like all those songs, fucking like the song beat changes and then it reverts back to like what it was. It's just, Tame Impala is the GOAT, bro, at fucking just instrumental music, and like not even just instrumental, but fucking just like the way he makes music, bro. It's just fire. And we're just driving around. We come back to the church parking lot, and we park up, and we want to trip in the parking lot a little bit more. And so he calls his homeboy Jason on the phone and shit, and he's like, bro, I'm fucking tripping. And we're like just walking around the parking lot and shit. I'm like, yo, you kind of want to explore this shit? And he's like, no, not really. And he busts out the Yart, and we're just smacking the fucking Ace Ultra Premium as we're walking around. And we're like, we literally get back out and do the same shit we did. We look at the fucking cracks, and then I'm getting out looking at the tree and shit. And I'm like, bro, like fucking holy shit. Like, this is the coolest hallucination I've ever seen. Because a lot of the time when I'm tripping on acid, I pretty much trip indoors. I'm not really in nature a whole lot. But I see like patterns and shit that doesn't normally have a pattern. And I was like looking at the tree bark on this tree, and it looks like I could see the molecular structure of it. It was fucking weird. And I'm like looking at it, and it looks like it was made out of fucking hexagons and like shapes and shit. I'm just like noticing a bark. I'm peeling the bark off, and it felt like I was unwrapping the tree like a banana. And I was just peeling bark off because it was like one of those soft trees. It felt like the fucking tree was like twisting and turning and shit as I was pulling the bark off, and I was like walking around. I pulled off a big ass piece of bark, and the shit looked naked underneath. Like, there was like a weird ass pattern. It was like I could see the wood fibers and shit, and I like looked at them real close, and they were made out of the hexagons and shit. And then I start looking at this boring ass like ragweed on the ground, and I'm like, damn, this thing is like really pretty. Because acid and other psychedelics give you like a weird childlike wonderment and a new sense of like the world. Like, you just view nature differently. It's like a lot of hippies talk about it. Like, you get a newfound appreciation for nature and all this other shit. And so we're just looking at the most simple fucking weed, and like it just looks awesome. And we're hitting the cart, sitting on the curb, and I gotta take a piss. So I go and take a piss, and he takes another fucking piss. We stand back to back fucking pissing, and we get done. We're hitting the cart a little bit more, and just chilling in this fucking parking lot. And we kept walking like around over and over again. And it's just the fucking coolest spectacle I've ever seen. Like, we were just looking at the same shit over and over again, but it was still giving us the same fucking wonder that it did the first time. And we were like blasting Tame Impala, like we could still hear it from the car. But fucking we walked too far away, and the phone disconnected, and it scared the shit out of us. Like, where'd the music go? And it like fucked us up for a second. Then we like got closer and turned the music back on. And we go and sit back in the car. We're just passing the yard back and forth, getting more fried, and it's like it's probably just barely 2 o'clock at this point, and we decided to go take another drive. So we go for another fucking lap, and we go the normal way, like we went the way we first went, and so that means we were gonna end up in the pretty ass downtown area last before we even came back to the church. So we go and we take another lap, and we're driving through this curvy ass road that I know like the back of my fucking hand, and we're driving, and this motherfucker starts going off the road like a slight tiny ass bit. I'm like, bro, watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out. And he's like, bro, just chill the fuck out, bro. Like, chill out. He was like, there was a fucking dead animal in the road. I was like, oh, okay. I didn't know how the fuck his ass was more cognizant than I was. Like, he was just somehow more awake. Like, the acid, he was still tripping balls. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, this motherfucker was giggling and laughing his ass off. And then he was saying wow at the song, like, all the time. And so, I mean, so was I. We were just having the fucking time of our lives, bro. And we were just fucking driving on this road. And it felt like the road was pulling us and taking us somewhere. And each time we fucking turned, like, because we had to make 5 turns when we went this way onto different roads in order to make a loop. And it felt like each time we turned, it was a different fucking way. Like, it just felt different each time. And the road was, like, pulling us and taking us on a journey, as well as the song was taking us on a journey. And I just felt, like, at one with the fucking earth. Like, this is the strongest I've ever felt. Like, I felt like I died to self in that moment. Like, I didn't necessarily forget who I was or what I was doing. I sort of forgot, like, who I was and what I was doing in the moment, and felt like just one with the universe while we were driving and listening to these fucking songs, bro. Like, they were pulling me up, and I was just like, is the universe, like, talking to me or some shit? And then it would, like, it felt like the song and the universe were connected, and the song was pulling me up so the universe could tell me something, and then the synthesizer would, like, tone back down, and it would, like, get deeper and deeper, and I would be like, let go, and it was, like, about to tell me something, and, like, I just forgot, like, who I was and where I was at that moment. I just felt like nothing else mattered, and it was just only me and him here, and we were having a shared experience together of, like, what the universe essentially was. Like, it's so hard to explain, like, it's so hard to articulate and put into words, but this is, like, a true ego death, guys. Like, this is probably the most insane trip I've ever experienced, and we get done with this lap. Like, this lap felt like it took an hour, and in all reality, it probably took 30 minutes, like, max, maybe even, like, 25, and we get back to the fucking church parking lot at, like, 2:40 in the morning, and we just sit there and we're just chilling, like, reflecting on our trip, and, like, it's not necessarily over. Like, I'm still tripping and shit, but I'm definitely, like, starting to come down, like, in the fucking next hour to 30 minutes, and we're chilling, like, looking at this shit. We're hitting the cart a little bit more, and we're just listening to music, talking to each other, and talking about our experience and, like, the things we were seeing. We were describing our visuals to each other, and he was, like, talking. We got out of the car again. He was, like, talking about how he feels the sidewalk cracks pulling him, like almost like wanting to suck him into the ground underneath, into the core of the earth. And I was like, yeah, bro. Like, I got on my hands and knees again. I was, like, looking through the crack, and it felt like I was looking through a curtain into the center of the earth. Like, it just was so fucking weird. And then I stand up, and I'm sitting, like, I'm, like, walking on this curb. Like, I'm not sitting on it, but I'm sitting down. I'm keep standing back up, and then I'm, like, walking up and down, like, on the curb. Like, I step up on the curb and then would step back down. And each time I did that, the tree would, like, zoom way the fuck in, and then it would zoom way the fuck out. Like, it seemed way closer than it really, really was. And I was thinking to myself, like, that is such a cool fucking hallucination. And it's kind of, like, similar to, like, when you're on shrooms and something that is pretty far away from you starts appearing to be closer, and then it's, like, breathing, and then it goes away. It was nothing like that. It literally felt like it was, like, I was zooming in with a telescope and then zooming out. It was so fucking weird. And, like, after, like, 20 minutes of just sitting there talking to each other, we go sit back in the car, and it's, like, 3-something in the morning. And I'm like, bro, you ready to go home? He's like, no, not yet. And so we drive around a little bit more, and he's like, I kind of want to take another tab. And I was like, bro, we're coming down. Like, I'm starting to come down and have afterglow. Like, you really don't want to do that shit, bro. He's like, are you sure? I'm like, yeah, you're not going to trip if you take another fucking tab. Like, you're not. You're going to be miserable. And he's like, bro, I'm going to fucking do it anyway. And we're fucking driving around closer, like, to get to my house. Like, we're going on the way to get to my house and shit. And he's like, yeah, bro, I'm going to take another tab. So I tear one off for him and shit. And he drops it right fucking then and there. And he just immediately puts it underneath his fucking tongue, bro. And I'm like, why, Alex, bro? You don't want to do that shit, bro. You got to get up and go to work, bro. You're going to be tripping balls at work. You're not going to get an ounce of sleep. He's like, trust me, bro. I'll fucking fall asleep. I'll hit the cart a lot. Because his ass took the cart home with him that night and shit. Which, I mean, it's all fair. I mean, I guess. But I had to give my nick up and he had to give $5 up. So we both lost something. So we kept the yard for that night and shit. And, I mean, it's really, really close to 4 in the morning at this point. Like, it's like 3:34. And by the time we get back to my house, it's like 3:50 almost. And I'm like dapping him up and shit and, like, saying bye. And I'm like, we're just reflecting on our trip in my driveway for a few minutes and shit. We're talking about how crazy it was. the things we saw and how we felt connected to the universe. Because, I mean, it just literally felt like everything in the whole universe was connected to us, our trip, and the music that we were listening to. It just felt like everything was intertwined and connected. I don't know if you've ever felt like that. Let me know in the comments below, guys, if you've ever felt something like this. But it was just such a fucking profound experience. It was honestly, this is probably one of my favorite, if not my favorite, acid trip ever. And I don't think I did the story justice, bro, because I fucking forgot a lot of it. Like, I have a hard time remembering a lot of my stories, either because I get too fucked up or because a lot of days of my life are a story, and I'm not constantly thinking about it. Like, but I was talking to my homeboy last night. We were trying to recall the details and shit, and we're probably gonna end up doing shrooms either this weekend or the next weekend, because my parents are testing me, but you can't really test for shrooms. Really hope you guys enjoyed that fucking story. Like, there's really not much to it after that. I just crawled back in my window and did not get an ounce of sleep. Woke up on a Saturday with a humongous acid afterglow and was just having a pretty good fucking day. And there's not really much else to it. I didn't do the story enough justice because I probably forgot some details and did not tell it in the correct order. But if you're watching this far into the video, let me know if I should remaster it down below. I'll literally tell the story with my homeboy once he fucking graduates college, or like I'll give him a voice changer or some shit, and we'll literally like remaster the story because he remembers it way more better than I do. But I remember our other trip. Like, I remember our fucking, when we did 8 4-ACO DMT gummies, and we took 2 tabs of acid apiece. And that was a crazy trip. It wasn't anything like this trip, but it was still a fucking pretty interesting trip. So let me know if you guys want that to be next week's video, or a video coming up soon. And yeah, like and subscribe, fucking, and if you enjoy my videos, fucking back at home now, so video quality will be going back up to what it was before I went to rehab. Really hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll see you guys in the next one.